momentarily. You are live. It said you are live.
I saw that. The broadcast is live.
And I got to be quick because when it comes up live on my YouTube, I need to mute my sound.
Uh-huh.
I got to be quick. See what I tell you. It comes up live.
There you go.
Guys, that guy's always a jerk, man.
I know somebody else who does that.
Well, Mel's out in the chat already.
Wow. Hey, Mel. I'll catch up with you in a minute. I'm trying to remember what it was I grabbed my phone for besides the chat. There was something I wanted to check first.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and check the chat. Oh, I wanted to see if I got a notification. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Mel did. I did as well. No, that was 26 minutes ago.
Matt, hey, brother. How you doing, Matt?
Okay, that's why.
And good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Rodney. Good morning, Dennis.
Hey, Peter.
How you doing?
Howdy. Fine, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, pretty good, thank you.
Is it Memorial? That's easy for me to say. Is it Memorial Day weekend where you are?
No.
No. Do you have a Memorial Day? I'm sure you do. Or something.
We have what they call an Anzac Day, which is a day celebrated by Australia and New Zealand for their returned soldiers and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, that's on April the 25th each year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Dennis, there's an echo.
Is it me? How about now?
Yep, still an echo.
All right, let's eliminate this completely. I'm not watching. How about now?
No, still hear it. You know, it's probably Peter. He's just not telling us.
Could be. I haven't got YouTube or anything open. I'll just try something here.
Good morning, Paul Murray. Welcome to the chat.
Is it gone now?
Rodney has his God voice mode on.
Yeah, I still hear it.
I do too.
Hey.
It could be a Streamlabs thing, a StreamYard.
Well, what can I do?
Let me check something. All right, well, that looks good.
Matt, you going to join us? Paul Murray. Hello, guys. Hey, Mel.
Oh, hang on, I'll
Mel
try something. I might have missed something up
first
here.
in our lives today. What's that, Peter?
That should have fixed the echo.
I think it did.
I think so too.
No, because I had the StreamYard audio processing turned off. I was wearing my headphones this afternoon in Matt's thing, so
I told you it was him.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
I told you.
It's recorded, as a matter of fact. We can go back and hear that anytime we like.
So many things you have to remember.
Oh, boy, yeah, no kidding.
Tell me about it.
I mean, something as simple as doing a sunrise stream, there's like 10,000 things you got to do before you can do it. And then you can't always guarantee that's going to go right.
Right. And then while you're doing them, you might forget one too. So, yeah.
Matt's giving me a hard time there in chat too.
Matt is giving you a hard time? What's wrong with Matt?
I find that hard to believe, but he is.
I can't believe that. You know what, Peter? I think you're just trying to cause trouble. I don't think Matt gives you a bad time.
Oh, he does at times.
Let's see. Mummy of 11. Good morning, Kim. How are you today?
Morning, Kim.
Paul, did I say? I think I mentioned you, didn't I? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Paul.
I hear ghosts.
Good morning, Mummy of 11. I won't say good morning. The Matt thing is abusing me there in chat.
It's a Peter Yard thing. Oh, goodness. Phantom Hodges Drones, good morning.
Good morning, Phantom Hodges.
So, have you had a chance to watch my videos from my Mavic 2 Air, Peter?
I did, yeah. I did watch those today.
You know, you did. I did do remember responding to you.
Yeah.
That's quite a little bird. I know that 4K plays havoc with my Premiere Pro, though.
Okay. Yeah, the only criticism I had was I told Matt earlier that was when you posted them, they only came up initially in 360p because I hadn't sort of rendered up to the proper resolution when I watched them, so I had to wait a while until they came up to the full quality. But
Yeah,
no, they look good though.
Yeah, YouTube is going. They need to go through some growth pains. I think. I'm not sure they're doing that. They're growing without growing. If you know what I mean.
excuse me, guys.
You're excused, Rodney.
Thank you. It's a hurricane here, pouring, raining, and lightning, so I'm grounded. Grrr. Guess who that was?
That must have been Philly Drone Life.
Yeah, Fly Thief.
I recognize the grrr part. So
That's a pretty poor excuse.
I know. I never let that stop me. Hey, Chris Hope.
Morning, Chris Hope.
Good morning, Chris. What's I forget? Hey, good morning to Phantom Hodges. Forgot him.
Quick while he's not looking.
Look.
So, I saw that. Anyway, so that was quite the sunrise you had this morning there, Mr. Lovelace.
Beautiful, wasn't it? Wow.
It was. I wish mine was a little bit prettier. Man, I hated that stream dropped just right at the lake.
Yeah. But you got the now I've forgotten what you called that lake. But anyway, that came out clearly. It was beautiful. And you were saying I think you were just saying it's such an awesome, and then that was it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I went back and watched, and it was like cut it right off. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I get for flying so far away.
Flying away doesn't usually.
Well, I got out there. It was roughly about 3,300 and something feet.
That's nothing to that drone.
I know. And that's what I don't get. But I do have a bunch of trees in my way. So I'm thinking maybe that had something to do with it.
Yeah. Are you guys seeing flashing in the monitor? Like I just flashed, now you flashed, and now Peter flashed.
Well, I see you flashing.
It's weird. It goes through a cycle. It's me, and then Rodney, and then Peter.
I haven't noticed it yet.
Probably a StreamYard thing.
Huh.
Builder 710. Good morning. Welcome to the
Hey,
chat.
Builder 710.
Cameron.
Let's pay attention to the people in the chat. How about
Cameron's in the house.
Konbanwa. Tomodachi.
Builder 710. Good morning again. Chris Hope. Good morning. You're getting a crowd.
Yeah.
Dennis.
Good evening, Cameron. Evening for him.
Get back on your meds. Does it show that badly?
Well, I should take that banner down, huh?
Oh, probably because I mentioned the flashbacks.
Morning,
Jack.
Jack.
It all on YouTube. It's just yeah, I'm going to record that. By golly, by gum. I'll only be able to show it later, maybe. What can I use?
The flashing?
Yeah. I'm not even sure if I can take a picture of that screen.
Well, I do see you flashing every now and then. I don't so much see it on me or Peter, but
It's nearly constant.
I'm not seeing anything here.
Yeah, and I don't see it on YouTube either. It's just I don't believe it's my connection, but
you know what?
anyway.
You're wearing a white shirt,
Yeah.
and I bet you're seeing a reflection off that shirt when you flash. Because when you moved, I saw it flash.
No, I'll show you what I'm talking about if I possibly can. I just need to get my, oh, I know where my Osmo Pocket is. I'll use that.
Timeless Truths. Good morning.
This will be a nice experiment anyway. All right, let's get this lined up. Watch it stop happening. No, it's not stopped. All right, so start recording now. Now it'll stop happening.
CSD UFO updates. Good morning.
And there it happened.
To the chat.
This is slow-mo flashing. Get ready for it.
Slow-mo flashing.
Now let's see if I can pull this off.
Excuse me a second, guys.
I don't think I can share my screen with there is actually a share button, but I have not tried it. I don't know what would happen. Yeah, just do this. All right, Matt, you might want to turn your monitor off. Well, you probably already did, so it's okay. Let's just see here. It could be like vampires that won't appear in the camera. We'll see. Browse. Wow, I have a lot on that card. I thought it was empty. What's going on? See, now I've gone away from the chat, so.
Sorry, Dennis. Matt's having.
Wait for it. We'll see if it happens here. Did I press play? I think I did. Yeah, I did. It's playing. Not responding. Those creeps. Come on, Flash. There it is. See that?
I see it.
Yeah, saw it then.
Not my imagination.
No.
Huh. I'm not seeing that here.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
That is.
Anyway. Redeemed.
There you go, guys. Dennis flashed for you.
I flashed you all. Slow-mo flashing.
Matt, Jack, I hope you guys got a thrill out of
that. I know Matt did.
Yeah.
He secretly left his
pretty
monitor
sure Matt did.
Oops.
Well, Dennis, the sun finally came out.
Great.
And, you know, all week long it has been cloudy and windy. And yesterday afternoon it finally calmed down enough to fly my Mavic Air 2 again. And I want to show you something. Let's see if I can do this. Minimize that. Bring that up. Do this. Go there. Go here. And I just got to find it. It ain't gonna let me do it. All right, so I'll have to figure out a different way to do that.
Matt says this is the first time he hasn't had decent footage to put up. Anybody want to take a vote?
Oh wow, really? Okay, hang on. Bear with me, guys.
I was going to say I've seen some footage of his that wasn't worth putting up, but I'd be lying if I said that. Everything I've seen of his is pretty good.
Welcome back, Mel. I should hit thumbs up. Go out of character. There we go. All right, I hit it twice.
All right. I'm just about ready. All right, guys, I'm going to share this.
All right. Purdy.
This is from the Mavic 2.
I recognize it.
Or Mavic Air 1.
Mavic Air 2.
Yeah, Mavic Air 2. I'm getting them all confused.
I know. It's
So this is the first time I flew over to the lake. Look at the birds. Did you see the birds? Birds. We got birds.
I missed the Boyds.
That's okay. I can go back. They're down and around.
Wow, you can. Isn't technology amazing?
It is.
No flashing. Just saying.
And I'm not going to lose the stream this time.
All right.
Knock on wood. I'm going to.
That lake looks good there with all, especially from above with all the trees around the edge. Looks really good.
Oh, it's a beautiful lake. I've got to figure out how to get on there and fish it. I know the owner lets people come on there and fish, and he charges like $2-3, and it's on the honor system. So you put $3 into a metal box he's got, and then you can go fish it. They used to have tournaments on that lake. That is really a nice lake.
Well, it's huge. Looks like it's huge.
So Dennis, I think I made a good deal because this is my lake.
Well, that's your lake. All right.
Yeah, this is my lake now.
When you gave yours to me, you just took this one. Is that how it works? On the honor system, you just took it.
Just took it. The owner doesn't know it yet, but he will.
Gotcha. Good thinking.
So that's all on private land, is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he the guy grows a lot of corn and I think soybean, which I think is big crops out here in Virginia. I think it's grain corn. So, but here I'm turning around because I started getting nervous.
Really nice.
It is. This whole area is beautiful. And in some of my upcoming videos, you'll see where all the buildings going on. In fact, I think the second one I put up, the first flight, part 2, I think showed all these houses that are being built in this area. It's like, there goes the neighborhood. All right, folks.
That's just gorgeous.
Very good.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. See, my dreamland would have a lake that size on it.
Paul Murray wants to know what your Mavic Air 2 monitor is, Rodney.
Where my Mavic 2 Air monitor.
What your Mavic 2? What are you using as a monitor with your Mavic 2? Mavic Air 2.
I'm using either my phone or my iPad. Yesterday I flew with my iPad. Look, there's Matt.
There he is.
Hey,
Hello.
Peter, reach out and smack him.
Which way we got to go?
Peter. None of that today. Peter.
Get out, down, boy, down.
Peter, talk if you're here.
Thanks, Rodney. I'm more confused. have to go towards the bird. No, that's the wrong way.
That was the wrong way. That's the first time I've turned my head the right way, to be honest. Peter.
You know, I don't know who I talked to about this one time, but we got into a discussion how cool it would be if we went like this and all of a sudden my fist would appear up on Dennis's Love Lady. that would just be totally crazy, wouldn't it?
That would be good. Yeah, I need a
Sure, you
cohort
could-
for that.
Sure, you could rig it up if you had a second person in there somewhere.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
It
cool.
wouldn't be hard to rig it up. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me try and give Paul a better answer here. Right now, I'm using I'll either use my iPad or my phone. It's easier to use my iPad, but it's kind of shaky on how well it works with it. I mean, it seemed to work fine for me yesterday using the iPad. So I used the phone yesterday. Oh, I used the phone and then I went to the iPad because my phone was down to like 20% battery left. So I did use my iPad yesterday and it seemed to work just fine. And if I could get a crystal sky, I surely would.
You don't really have to worry much. The time you fly during the day, in the morning there, you don't really have to worry too much about it overheating because the sun's not belting on the screen and all that sort of stuff. And the light's pretty dim, so visually you're fine as well. During the day, though, it is a different matter with an iPad, and we've talked about that on many occasions where the things will shut down and do all sorts of stupid things.
See, I haven't yet experienced that, but
No.
For the past year or so, I really haven't gone around and flown it during the day very much. So, but that's going to change. I want to welcome Mars to the chat. Mars,
Hey,
FPV
Mars.
Drones,
Mars.
Australian.
There you go, Mars. He's back again. Back for more. He might be able to travel soon, and there might be a Queensland holiday coming his way. So get your butt up here, Mr. Mars. Give that car of yours a good run, and I'll take you to some nice spots.
Your borders are still closed there, aren't they, Matt?
Yeah, they are. They are. But if I go to the border and speak to the police, I say, that's got a mate coming up flying drones. I go, oh, yeah, no worries. Let him in. Yeah, they are. They're closed at the moment. Because we're doing really well here, actually. You know, it's just about vanished. But, you know, if they open the borders up to, those southern types, Peter, there could be all sorts of problems. So,
Yeah, I think it's pretty well gone in South Australia and Western Australia and Northern Territory too. I think it's hardly got any cases there at all at the moment.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good.
yeah. No, it did all right.
I think, overall, for the whole country, we're only getting sort of less than 20 new cases a day.
Mm.
Which is amazing, really.
Mm.
Hey, Ryan Space. Our pleasure.
What was that, Dennis?
I was just talking to Buying Space because I'm only about 30 minutes behind. She was saying that we had beautiful sunrises, so I was just saying
Oh, okay.
our pleasure to provide.
Don't,
Okay, carry on. You can go back to the normal broadcasting now.
Don't be a bum.
Don't be a bum. Hit the thumb. That's cute.
It is cute.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Speaking of which, where is Paul?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that.
Paul
Here's the thumb.
Johnson, he is back to work.
He is, and he said he was going to have a busy day
Busy.
today.
Yeah, I was talking to him yesterday, and he said he was going to have 14. Well, I was talking to him Thursday night, I think it was, on the phone, and I asked him, if he's going back, and he goes, yeah, and he goes, I got 14 deliveries to make.
Wow.
So,
and every one of those takes a good bit of time.
oh yeah, yeah.
Because he delivers and sets up TVs and that. Not
Oh.
just TVs, but he delivers and sets up equipment. It's the setup that takes the time, right? So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, just reading what Mars got there. Yeah. And New South Wales. Now, there's a surprise because they haven't given a shit the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, they haven't. They haven't. It's incredible.
Although they mess things up when they let all the people off that cruise boat. That's what really messed them up.
It did. Yeah, it messed up South Australia too. Because they travelled from New South Wales into South Australia and started spreading shit there.
Yeah.
Well, I sure wish it would end here. I'm getting anxious. I want to go travel. I want to go see Drone Bum and Dennis and
You're certainly welcome here.
You can see Dennis
Don't
there.
know
He's right.
about Drone Bum, if he's going to welcome here or
He's
not.
catching up with him. What's wrong with him?
yeah. Well, Peter, I mean in person.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, man, come on. You use what little brain cells you have left, okay?
Oh,
Use them all.
Teach him a lesson, Pete.
Use
Teach him a
them like
lesson.
they're still in
There
the
you go.
house.
There you
Peter's gone.
I'm gone.
go.
And to put up with this sort of stuff.
I am so sorry,
Okay.
dude. Not
Okay.
really, but oh, man, that was too good to pass up.
Yeah, Pete, you've only drunk wine once on his show, and he thinks you're a brain dead alcoholic.
Bad thing is, it's pretty much true.
Well, there you go. I always speak the truth, right?
He's got enough brain cells to recognise that, though. So don't sell him short.
Well, that's good.
Matt, New South Wales is okay. That really hurt to say. I bet it would do too, mate. Ooh, that would have cut like a knife, that comment for you. Same with Queensland, mate. They're in the middle. They're the meat and the sandwich, those New South Welshmen.
Hey, B-Mac.
B-Mac, welcome to the chat and good morning.
Yeah, morning, Brian.
No, I believe you're right. I'm not sure that the borders are closed anymore between the states.
I don't think that was ever legal. I don't think they could really pull it out.
I may just do that.
You're welcome here, that's for sure.
I apologize for the squeaky chair, guys.
I keep hearing. I thought I was hearing ghosts, so it's okay. I'm glad to hear it's your chair.
Goats or ghosts?
What was the first option?
Goats.
No.
Did he say goats or goats?
He said ghosts. He said ghosts. Hey, Matt, get the wax out of your ears. Get that Vegemite out of there.
Yeah, no, it keeps them healthy. It don't look real good, but I got good ears.
Good morning, Rick Halbert.
Yeah,
Hey,
morning,
Rick.
Rook is in the house. Man, that was an awesome gift he gave you, Dennis.
Yeah, it was.
Wasn't it?
And you did pretty well playing it this morning.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sounded pretty
Isn't that
good.
Beautiful. That is just beautiful.
That is a pretty ukulele.
And
I'm
didn't
hearing
say
Somewhere Over the
inside
Rainbow.
was This tuner and a DVD to learn ukulele, which I desperately need, and extra strings. And I don't know how to use the guitar strap. I think you'd have to put a hole there, and I don't want to do that.
No.
There's a guitar strap in there. It's just gorgeous. Beautiful instrument. And oh, yeah, that's how we treat them.
Oh,
They're real.
did you see that, Rick? He doesn't care, mate.
Yeah, Rick. Obviously, he doesn't care about it. So
He's going to want it back now.
What a waste of a sentiment that was. I tell you.
Did he send you a G string with it there, Dennis?
There is a G string. Yeah,
Okay.
that's this one right here. This is a G string.
Okay, good to see you got one of those.
We all know
Andrew, good morning, buddy.
snapping his
Andrew
dog.
Altschwager's in the house.
Andrew, Rick Halber.
Andrew?
Oh, damn.
So,
many.
Matt,
Yes, mate.
Peter said you didn't get any good footage today. Or was that you, Dennis?
Matt was saying that. I read it out of the chat.
Oh, Matt. Okay, Matt was saying that.
Yeah. Every week for nearly 2 years, I've put a video out, and this week between work and the weather, I've had the last 3 days that I could go out and fly, and it's been crud. I can't do it. I've got a spot ready to go, and I can't fly.
Well,
I could, but it's all just cloudy and grey, and
yeah, it's been like that all week here. Just cloudy, gray, windy, rain at times.
no.
It
I agree
rained
with
hard
you, Matt.
yesterday morning. I was sitting at work. It was in the building I work in has kind of a metal roof, so when it starts raining, you hear it. So I went over to the high bay door, opened it up, grabbed me a chair, cup of coffee, sat there and watched the rain for about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Government dollars at work.
Atlanta, Bridge, love New South Wales. She not so much.
Anyway, I plan to go down to Montrose. There's a lake down there that they had just filled back up about 4 years ago. We had a hard rain come through and the dam burst. And it's not a big lake, but it, drained all the water out and stuff. So they finally managed to get the money to rebuild it. So hopefully they restocked it too.
I'm going to be driving to Northwest Atlanta today, and then to Northeast Atlanta, which is probably 4 hours on the road.
Oh, wow.
A couple of places I want to see.
Okay. You going to do any flying while you're there?
Oh yeah, that's
Good.
otherwise I wouldn't go, because these are they're special. One of them has this huge chair, and the whole purpose is to sit in this chair and have get your picture, which I want the picture from the drone, but I want to be sitting in that huge chair with this.
Oh, cool.
You look like you're about this big. So yeah, I would drive 4 hours. I would drive 4 hours for that.
Buying Space, you have a good day.
See you, Buying Space.
You take care now and be safe. Hey, Mel, you want to join the panel? I'm going to put the link in the chats. If you'd care to join, feel free to do so. I can take 2 more people.
Did you get my email, Rodney?
For last night?
No, the one I sent you before the live here.
Oh, yeah, I did, but
I wasn't going to come on, but Dennis was giving me all sorts of hell, so I thought I've got to come on. And
well, yeah, you got to come on and defend yourself.
I had to.
Damn.
Oh, that's right. Mel is uploading a video.
Oh,
Radies, good morning. So, yeah, Matt, you don't want to, you know, if you're tired and you want to go to bed, man.
Yeah, I've had a gutful today.
I think
Peter.
Rabies is in South Africa, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know anybody else on YouTube from South Africa.
You know, Fran,
Brand Duncan,
I think Fran Duncan. No, he's in Ireland, isn't he?
he's in Ireland.
Ireland. Okay, that's right. And I think
It
you're
would be
right.
illegal for
Radies is
someone named-
in South Africa.
Yeah, be illegal for someone named Duncan to not be from Ireland.
Fantastic. Correct. There you go. BMAC radio's another one.
So,
Oh man, so I'm
Sure.
getting carried away with the chat here. I should be chatting to you guys as well. Peter, take it away.
we understand. You know, you're just ignoring us. You know, you don't want to chat with me and Dennis and Peter. See, you even ran Peter off.
But did
I
you say
did.
go away or did you say go away, didn't you?
No,
Look,
take it,
Vegemite is speaking.
Oh, okay.
take it away. No, I have learnt a new saying, a phrase, if someone is ignoring you. And Chris Hope, he said it a couple of weeks ago, and I really didn't know what it meant. And I thought he was talking about drums and hi-hats and things like that. And I couldn't put the two together. But on today's show, he actually explained to me what hi-hatting someone is. And it's obviously when you've got a hat on and they talk to you and all that, but you go like this. And
Yeah,
ignore them.
I get you, Matt. Mhm.
Yeah. See, I'm being hi-hatted.
So what are hi-hats in the music or in drums? Are they cymbals, are they?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Generally, your timekeeper, basically, as in one strokes. Yeah. So yeah, I was thinking, what's hi-hatting? We're grabbing a hi-hat and just smacking it over someone's head. Very
That's
rock
a
style.
little more settled than that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is subtle. It's subtly rude. Yeah, hi-hat me.
Yeah, we're interested. We're interested, Peter.
Yeah. Hey, unreal. Just saw 3 videos. Ask fun versions. Listening with one ear, the other one broken. What's going on?
Oh, you talk about John RC Funds Diversions?
Yeah.
He's probably got the other ear tuned into something else.
Something interesting.
Well, he's actually doing a Virginia hi-hatting.
Listening to you guys with one ear and something interesting with the other.
Oh, gee.
Using it in a sentence. Cough in public and you will get hi-hat. Get a lot of hi-hat.
You will now.
Yeah, that's right.
Absolutely. And a lot of lowbrowing too. That one. Good what?
Yeah, I've never heard that before either, so I probably would have had the same problem you had.
Yeah, I
What he
got
meant.
that expression. Who
So
was
we've
it that made? I mean, who was it that told you about that?
Chris Hope.
Chris Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can
I
put them
tend to believe
together.
that guy.
We can put them together. So if someone does cough in public, you can lowbrow them. Oh, and then hi-hat them. Interchangeable.
There you go.
I just saw what John put. My wife in the other.
Yeah, my wife in the other.
I actually was going to say that, but I didn't want to offend anybody. So, because that's what would have happened to me. I'd been listening to you guys in one ear and the wife on the other. Thank God she's at work.
We're marching to Pretoria.
He just said that live, Peter. Can you believe that? I hope she's not watching at work.
Oh,
Trouble.
well, she'll get over it.
He'll be high-hatted tonight if she knows all about this.
Oh, Rick, man,
If he
buddy,
gets high-hatted, at least he'll know.
I am sorry to hear that, my friend.
At least.
Oh, me too.
Yes, you definitely need to keep that.
Yeah,
up.
you get good rest, Rodney.
Oh, shit, Rick.
Rick, he met you.
I did. You get good rest, Rick.
AZ Drone Dude, how come you're gray? You've been here before.
Must be
AZ's
cloud.
in a bad mood.
Maybe so. Well, he's blue now.
Steve Mack came on my stream in a bad mood the other day. I couldn't believe he wasn't blue.
Oh man.
No. So I get in there, Gray. I'm in a bad mood, and then he turns me blue. So I'm no better off.
Well, you know what?
I'm feeling blue.
Let me see here. Let me find the. There
Is he
you
gonna
are.
take- Is he going to take it off me? I could just look with the look on his face. Look at his. He's done something evil to me. Let me just put a chat in here now. I'm great. My administrator privileges, moderator, privileges have been suspended temporarily. I'm kind of guessing. I have had the cyber equivalent of a hi hat right there.
Step away from the chat.
The next step is the green room.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm putting the green unit. Don't mention that. Put ideas into his head.
Oh,
Peter.
sorry. Okay. Oh, there you go.
Oh, bye.
Rodney.
I actually meant to do that to Peter. I'm sorry, Matt.
Well, he can have a chat to Adrian too.
Oh,
Then
look, you guys swapped places. How nice.
Oh,
that's right. I can look the other way now.
Oh,
Yeah, Peter.
yes.
See,
I
there
think
you go. I'm learning.
laughing is bad for your eyes, guys.
Laughter.
It
Yes,
is.
it is.
It is. There's no question.
Look at Marty Feldman, for God's sake.
Yeah, weirdest eyes of anyone I've ever seen, that bloke.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh,
Yeah.
look everywhere at the same time.
Poster boy for glaucoma. Yeah, he he had some beauties. I had my eyes done, hey, that pressure testing thing where they spit that shit into your eye, the air.
The
Oh,
glaucoma test.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my eyes a little bit higher pressure than the other.
Where has Adrian been?
Yeah, that's a good question.
He was on today, dude.
Yeah.
Was
Where
it?
was
He was. Yeah. He was on for quite some time too, but he's got a lot of internet problems, man, because he's got that DSL and it's all copper.
Oh man,
Oh,
yeah.
And I asked him if school was still out, and he goes yes. And I'm kind of guessing because the bandwidth on that, as I said in my show, it's really quite narrow. And everyone using the internet, you're going to have issues, man. It's
Yeah.
just going to be so bad. So when that returns to normal, I think he'll get back to his normal pixelating self.
Sometimes I think things aren't going to ever get back to normal. It's going to be a new normal if it does.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that we just won't notice back, financially for the country. unless it crashes completely, I don't think we'll see a lot of change in our day-to-day lives, but there's going to be some financial repercussions of all of this shit worldwide.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
No doubt about that at all.
Gas prices are cheap, so that's good.
Well, I think they've actually started going back up here.
They have too. Same here. They were like 80 odd cents, and now the cheapest you'll get is about $1.06 a litre. Yeah, so it's still cheaper than it was. Now I'm fortunate enough that my car I haven't filled it up for 3 weeks. It's really good on juice. And have you ever heard the term motion lotion?
Gasoline.
No, Vaseline. No. Motion lotion is. I learnt it years ago when I was when I had my boat, and my mate goes, "Oh, I've got to chuck some motion lotion in this. I'm running out," and he's talking about fuel, petrol, gas.
Really, motion lotion. That's interesting.
Because without it, you've got no motion. Yeah,
I've heard it called Go Juice.
Go Juice. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, I heard that in a nightclub once.
I think last time I filled my car up, I think it was back in March sometime. Still got over half a tank.
Mel has probably heard all of those.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I bet you Mel could tell us some.
I bet he could. But
You'd have a
we
couple.
probably prefer that you don't, Mel. Just saying.
Well, the way I've heard motion lotion used isn't exactly the way Matt was talking about.
Rodney, don't go there, mate.
Just saying.
SJM has a Ford. Highlight that message, Rodney.
Okay.
3 weeks to a gallon. I love that.
Well, I sure wish my Ford got 3 weeks to a gallon.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting 3 weeks to a gallon.
Mine does at the moment. My Ford would get about 3 weeks to a gallon too, I think, at the moment.
Yeah. Have you driven your car yet, Rodney?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. At least you got to drive it.
I've been driving it every day since it was 30 days after I got it from the surgery. So the 27th of April, I was able to start driving again.
Legally?
Legally, yeah. You think I would drive illegally?
Dude, you're a rebel. I can see it in you.
Yeah. Well, I am a bit of a rebel. I mean, just
Rebel Rodney.
Just a little bit. Just a little.
Rodney the rebel.
Yeah. Sammy last said it was 15th of March for lockdown, limited movements, 58 days. Yeah, right.
Wow. Well, maybe that's what he was talking about. Well, looky here. Look who finally got up out of bed, the lazy bum.
Holy moly, no way. Ron.
Oh, Ron.
Ron Lockwood.
Who finally got
Rodney.
Jeez, I tell you, I thought he was going to say Jim then.
Yeah, so did I. I think it could have been Jim.
God, because Ron's always out of bed.
If it had been Jim, you would have seen me pass out.
Yeah, dude. We would have all passed out.
the cat would even walk across the table there.
Would have gave him the sly second look. Jim.
I don't even know where the cat went. I know my dog's sleeping right here, right under my chair. If I go to move, I wake him up.
Now, I'll have you know, Rodney, I've been up for an hour and a half. I get ready. I'm actually showered, ready to go to work, and I don't have to be there for 2 hours.
Wow.
It's only 5 minutes away. But I get up especially just for Saturday morning coffee with Rodney.
It's 8:15
There you
in the
go.
morning.
Well, 6:15 here.
That's no excuse.
That's well, it's dedication, Ron. That's what was that?
See the T-shirt?
Oh, nice shirt. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Hat?
Oh, now there's the support.
Well, I need to get my hat.
Ron can do a hi hat today too. Ron can do
Yeah.
a hi hat.
Yeah.
Show us your hi hat, Ron. No,
Oh, like
no. Oh, what? You don't know what? I thought you were in on it.
Ron, hi hat.
Now I can properly hi-hat run.
Yeah,
Hi hat,
yeah.
Ron.
Hi hat him, Dennis. Hi hat him.
Look, you're ignoring him.
Yeah.
oh boy. Guess
I love
Adrian isn't here, so I'm in the batter's box.
Yeah.
Well, it's been alternating between Peter and Matt. So
Matt was telling us a little
The
bit
only way
earlier.
I could show more support is if I brought my Rodney Bell mug with me. It's at home.
And you didn't?
Yeah.
You didn't.
time
you?
out.
Yes.
That's a punishment for not bringing the Rodney Bell mug.
Oh, is he back? Here we
Yeah.
That's a no-no.
go. What? He's going again.
Oops.
Gee, that's a double whammy.
Oh,
Jeez, Ron's in the. Now he's giving. Okay.
He looks mad, doesn't he?
He does. He's going to get you.
I'm glad he's in Wyoming or South Dakota or
South
me.
Dakota.
wherever he is.
No, just
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
safe. That's very safe. Heading distance.
one of the Dakotas.
What are the Dakotas? He's somewhere up north.
Mm.
That's right, Mars. That's exactly right,
Dickinson,
Mars.
North Dakota.
And I didn't actually say anything, but well done. You did point that
Aussie
out.
terms, yep, having a wank.
Of having a wank.
Yeah, I remember talking about that being a wanker.
Hey,
What,
wank.
what was that again? What's a wanker?
Yeah, that's on my show, Ron. Not here.
oh.
Oh,
This is a G-rated.
Copyright issues. You know, you don't want to go there.
Copyright. No, we can't really go into that here. Yeah, that I probably wouldn't do it on Rodney's show. Otherwise, the hi hat will be flying. So yeah, but yeah, you're right. Same deal, mate. Same deal. I'll have to tell you later.
He's
It's
dying.
not good. Not good
Dying.
mixed company
Wait a minute.
conversation.
No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you later, Ron. Yeah, that's right, Rick.
okay.
Yeah, take it, Pete. Take it.
Like what?
Just take it. Put it out in the rubbish. Do whatever you need to. What's going on
I
here?
actually got up
Everyone-
this morning and watched a little bit more of your live stream from last night, Matt.
Oh yeah. Which bit?
Hmm
Hey, Roger.
A couple parts.
Hey, the drone father is in the house along with Asgard
Hey, Hugh.
Studios. Good morning, Roger and Hugh.
Roger brought his entourage.
It's
The
a
drone
Canadian
father.
drone hub grade.
It is. It is. They go. Let's get some tips for the shows, boys. We'll crash Rodney's this morning. See what's going on.
I had a guy make a comment on one of my Mavic Air 2 videos.
Mm.
And he came over from the Canadian drone hub. Drone
First day
hub.
of his new tongue. Go ahead, Rodney.
Easy for him to say.
was telling me that Roger was bragging about my videos, and so he had to come check them out. I got a new subscriber. So Roger, thank you, sir.
There you
Nice.
go.
With that. Now,
Nice.
if you'll excuse me. I got
Okay.
to blow my nose and don't want you guys to hear it.
Okay.
I didn't know that, Hugh. I have to go unsubscribe myself.
Oh, Dennis.
I know. No, I have not switched sides.
That
Still
actually
looking for
explains
the
a hell of a lot. That explains a hell of a lot, to be
That-
honest.
That's the change I've noticed in him.
Yeah, that's why he's put that hat on. He's got something growing out of his forehead there. What is that? Show us those horns.
There's actually two of them, but they hide for now.
You just tell him you got a hell of a set of wisdom teeth. That's all you have to say.
Morris, pick a winner, right?
Wisdom teeth that would make a boar jealous, right?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Dear. That's funny. You want to get onto that? Okay. I'd be campaigning if I was you right now, Dennis. Get onto Purse or something like that.
Matt, you ought to.
Yeah.
Matt, you ought to share your video from last night, your replay of a couple months ago.
Oh yeah.
That Sunday morning. That was funny.
I won't be doing that either. That's yeah. I had a little bit of an incident. It was just me and Ron, I think, wasn't it? I just started up a live stream because I was bored.
I think it was just you and I that day.
Sorry? What was that, Ron? What was that?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Wow, he's got some. Anyway, yes, I had a little bit of an incident when I was talking to Ron, and sort of forget that it's actually live.
Uh-oh.
I know, yeah. And I just sort of leant over.
Yeah. Was that lean to the left?
That lean to the left, and these microphones, yeah, sensitive.
Uh-huh.
And we laughed for about half
Very.
hour, right?
Way to get a point across without saying a word, Matt. That's
Dude,
well
yeah,
done.
Oh, man.
Well done.
he won't hear this.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then we giggled like
Every time I needed to giggle for the next couple of weeks, I kept playing it. Like little schoolgirls. Yeah.
Is that still up on your channel?
It is, yeah.
Ron, send me the link to that, please.
Oh hell, I'll have to give you a time code.
Okay, I will do that.
I'll give you a time code, Rodney. So because I don't know, it goes for 2 hours, hour and a half, or something like that.
So John, when you say drive-ins, are you talking like movie drive-ins? That would be cool. I miss those.
We actually still have one here in Rapid City, just outside the city.
There's one.
Actually, it's two. There's two field.
We have one in Tulsa still too. It's called the Admiral Twin. So it's actually two theaters, and they're twin screens. So one side they play one movie, and the other side they play another. I went to that one many a time.
Well, I don't know how you fixed me up, Hugh, but thank you for that. I trust your judgment.
You got to step away for a bit.
Sorry.
I remember that part.
Here we go. It's right there. Okay, no worries. I can see my lean. That's my cue when it's muted. I know when it's happening.
Yeah, check it out.
You know, as they say, I don't care how old you get, someone's parts, it's still funny.
Okay. Have you got the link, mate? You don't have to look at it now. But I'll just give you a time code you might want to write down, save you searching. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, here we go. So it is 12 minutes 42. Didn't take me long, did it? 12 minutes and I'm at it.
12:42.
12:42, mate. Have you got the link?
Not yet.
Okay, I'll send it to you. I don't know. Send it to you in your email or messenger, mate. Which one do you want?
It doesn't matter. Either one.
Was that another one just then? Was it?
There he goes again.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Whoops, where am I? There we
Yeah.
go. Why does it do that? That's weird. Okay, so I've sent the email, mate. So but turn your volume up. And you might want a sick bucket, maybe. Get that ready.
Did you send it to me email or messenger?
Email, mate. Yeah.
Move this way. The sun's wreaking havoc. I don't mind the sun. Don't get me wrong.
I've been wishing for the sun all week, Dennis.
Peter, I got to admit that was pretty darn funny that Curtis Dart did last night.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Oh, can I share that?
He's got too much time on his hands, I think.
Curtis Dart made a great video of Grunt Force 1.
Do you want to see what he did on his last effort?
Oh my God, that was funny.
And no thanks.
Yes, Peter. Don't go backing out now. You can go put your Vegemite up if you want.
Okay.
This you got to see.
Okay.
Can I share this, Rodney?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, hang on. Hey, Mel.
Hey, Mel.
Hey guys, good morning.
I saw you just posted something. I'm looking forward to seeing it. The sky was electric, huh?
Oh my God, you guys are gonna love that video.
Okay.
30 minutes of shooting and 3 hours of editing.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
What is that, Matt?
Oh, this is Curtis's. That's his intro graphic that he uses.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's all about me and Peter being in lockdown.
Yep.
I won't play the audio just in case.
He is really good with those graphics.
He is. It's so good. And they're both smiling about it.
Trying to look sexy.
Peace out, dudes. Yeah.
Wow, he's better than I thought he was. I knew he was good, but that's amazing.
I feel like looking for Batman.
Oh my God, the Joker.
Yeah, dude. Shit. Look at Peter's mouth.
Well, Rodney, your show has covered the entire gamut now. You've gone from motion lotion to unbelievable antics here.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh,
I like the hair on Peter's face.
Now,
but not
Matt
on
looks
his
pretty good with a beard. And I thought that was all right.
That's right, mate. It's obviously sponsored by Boys to Men. But
sorry, Ron. Sorry, didn't mean to do.
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was weird seeing me with a beard because I can't grow a full beard.
Is Ron frozen?
I can't either.
I don't see him.
We stick together, me and you, Dennis. Stick together, mate.
Oh man.
You know, this is 2 weeks right here. Is all this is.
Oh yeah, no, mine's not like that.
Take him out, Rodney.
You know, it's kind of funny because typically when guys get older, they look like Peter or somebody, you know, and
Whoa, that's nice.
and
Know what that means?
my dad's. Oh yeah, thanks, Peter. You know, I kind of like that stuff, by the way. My dad turned 80 last January, and if he let his hair grow, he keeps it real short. But if he let it grow, he'd have a full head of hair, just like I got. No receding hairline, nothing. I mean, at 60 years old, and it's just I'm loving it. I'm digging it.
Hey, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I didn't mean to remove you from the screen.
No, I lost internet connection.
Oh, okay.
I
Good.
hate the internet here at this apartment. Sucks.
Is this at your work apartment?
Yeah.
So,
Terrible.
so tell us a little bit about this video without giving it away.
Can't. If I say anything about it, it'll give it away.
Okay.
But I will say, when I first experimented with this subject was 35, 40 years ago.
Wow.
And I did it with a still camera, a film camera, and a plunger to release the shutter with the camera on a tripod. And that image actually turned out. I shot a whole roll of film, probably 36 exposure roll, because I seldom shot less than that. But out of the whole 36 frames, I got one picture that was properly exposed.
Wow.
Because shooting in the dark, shooting a subject in the dark in almost total darkness is, Ron, as you know, very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And when that subject is the same subject as last night, it's even more difficult to do.
I can imagine.
This will be interesting.
Oh yeah.
I tried to do Christmas lights.
Go
hard to
ahead.
do.
Christmas lights would be easy compared to this.
Yeah, I can imagine. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mel, when do you plan to display this?
It's on my channel now. It should be.
Oh.
Yeah, it got posted. I saw the the notification for it. Unlike Rodney's broadcast this morning,
That's right.
I
Yeah.
did get notified.
I got notified of Rodney's 30 minutes before it started. I was in chat looking to say hello to people, and there was nobody here yet.
Sorry, I was talking about his live stream. He had 2 live streams. Neither one of them, I didn't get a notification for either one. But he had told me in a chat that he was live, so I went looking for it.
Yeah. Well, that's why. See, normally this morning I would have started this particular stream 5 minutes early, and there'd just been a picture up that says, the show will start shortly, and that would hopefully give time for the notices to go out and stuff.
Right.
And well, Dennis came in, and I decided, well, why wait till 7:30, and I went ahead and went live. But Mel was there already, so.
Rodney, how's your weather today? Any better?
It is definitely better, and it got better yesterday too.
Well, my drive to work, I went from beautiful to crap. Oh, and then it got nice up here yesterday.
I went from beautiful to crap, but it took me years to do so.
That's exactly what I was going to just say.
I can't believe either one of you would actually say that.
Well, I used to be beautiful.
Mel, I'll have to take your word
my
for
wife
it.
tells me anyway, so.
I don't see it, but
Lost for words now.
Uh,
It's his story. He can make it as beautiful as he wants.
That's
right.
true.
That's right.
That is right.
It doesn't. That sort of story though generally doesn't lose scrutiny.
Mel in his younger days was a cross between Tom Selleck and well,
You're
I had
close.
it was in my head. I had
Well,
both names in my head, and now
I used to have hair to here. Okay.
now that I can
So-
believe.
So Tom Selleck
Tom Selleck and
Fabio
Fabio.
because of my hair.
Well, that's not what I was thinking of, but okay.
Well,
that works.
remember,
We'll go
this
with
is my
Fabio.
story. I get to tell it my way now.
That's
Come on.
right.
You're right. You're right.
We just established that.
and we as a collective can either choose to believe you or not believe you.
That's exactly true.
What I want though,
And if you believe me, you're as full of Christmas goose stuffing as I am.
I was going to say, I'll go with the second option.
Yeah. There it is. Peter Carroll, morning zinger.
Oh,
In the house.
Wow, Peter finally spoke. It's hard to get a word edgewise with that guy, you know.
It's terrible,
Oh,
terrible. But do me a favor, Mel. Can you say I can't believe it's not butter for me, please?
I can't believe it's not butter.
I can see it. Dead ringer, dude. Dead ringer.
oh,
You missed a brilliant career, Mel.
You did.
Mel, apparently we weren't finished going the gambit yet.
Well, you mentioned when you had all the other phrases and things going on, you said, I bet Mel as a trucker could tell us a few.
I bet you can.
I started typing, and then I thought, that's not a good idea.
I thought that the moment Rodney said it, actually.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How long did you drive a truck?
34 years.
34.
And I'm still doing it, actually.
He drove it until he learned all the words, then he stopped.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, when did you start?
I got my commercial license in 1988, and I was driving locally in a straight truck for 4 years before that. So 84 is when I started driving for a living.
I got you. Okay. I was just curious because back in the 70s and early 70s, when the CBs were really big, I talked to a lot of truckers on the radio, on the CB. And man, some of them guys, good guys, most of them, but they could sure talk you up.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
I've had some doozies as CB handles too.
Hey, Mel, you and I had that discussion before. They check your driving logs digitally now. The police will.
Yeah, they're most trucks, almost all trucks have electronic onboard recording devices that are connected to the computer on the motor, because all the motors nowadays are computerized. The transmission is everything's computerized, and if one computer doesn't talk well to the other, the truck doesn't go anywhere.
Really?
No matter how bad you want to move it.
Just like a married.
Like
They
I
can
wondered about
set-
that guy yesterday. You know, he just left where I was going. He was only on the road an hour plus, and he fell asleep at the wheel. So that tells me, you know, did he get any kind of proper rest? You know, it's 5:30 in the morning.
You know what? It's funny because I have this problem, and I've had this problem for 20 years probably. I can sleep all night, go to bed at 9 o'clock, whatever, get up at 6, get woke up, have breakfast, hit the road, And by 10 o'clock, I'm going,
Yeah.
ooh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's after, 30 some years of experience doing it. It's, for me, mostly it's boredom.
Mm.
I mean, there was a point where I could probably tell you where every pothole was on every interstate in this country. And when you see people take a road trip and they're like, wow, look at that. Look at that. I've been looking at that for 30 years. It's old news. It's boring now.
Yeah.
Nothing keeps my interest. Nothing to look forward to. I mean, when you've seen it for 30 years, I take a friend on a road trip, say to the West Coast, that had never been west of Tennessee, for example. We get out to the desert and they're just in awe. And granted, every terrain and every area has its own beauty, but it's just desert now. But someone that has never ever seen it would be, to see a Joshua tree would blow their mind. To see volcanic rock laying on the ground out in the open would blow their mind because they don't realize that stuff exists.
I noticed. What's that, Matt?
I just said I was always happy to get through Nebraska.
Yeah.
Not much to look at there.
Flatland and tornadoes.
Nebraska is, Iowa. I mean, unless you get some of them farmers' daughters in low-cut tops hanging out next to you for a couple minutes, there's not much scenery in that area.
Yeah, and that's few and far between, isn't it? Which kind of sucks. But you hang on to that memory for a long
years ago, and that really has changed over the last, say, 15 years or so, because 20 years ago, it was not uncommon to get a friendly hello, I'll call it, 3-4 times a week,
Yeah.
One day down in Louisiana, down on 10 in Louisiana, between New Orleans and Texas, gal driving a T-top Firebird or Camaro or something come up next to me. And I would say she was wearing her bikini, but it was actually laying in the seat next to her. T-tops are off. She's just driving down the road in her T-top Camaro, just bug naked.
Why wouldn't you?
Wow.
America, baby.
Yeah.
That's America.
The other day going to the shops.
What's
Good
that?
old American. Just doing her duty.
The other day going to the shops.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't get the same sort of reaction though.
I noticed, Mel, the reason I asked is because the guy, he was sitting on the side of the road, I'm taking care of him, and I asked him what happened, and he admitted to falling asleep, and he didn't realize I was standing right behind him. And all of a sudden I looked up at the sheriff and his eyebrows raised, and he just, okay. So that says to me, he's like, he's probably going to be checking some logs, I'm sure.
And the old days of paper logs, it was a lot easier to conceal things. And even before the electronic logbooks on trucks with Qualcomm, and there's 3 or 4 different companies that provide them. They've got apps now that you can get on your tablet or phone that you can run an electronic logbook with. Guys would run paper logs but they had one of these in their hand. And I'm like, dude, you just made up 3 days of driving back there look like you needed it to look so that you could keep going today to get to your customer by 2 o'clock. He said, yep. I said, that right there will shut you down and get you busted if you have a wreck.
That's right.
Because this knows exactly where you were when you were there, and so on and so forth. They threatened, and they still do now and then, they threatened speed control devices. They want to add black boxes to the trucks to control their speed. First of all, they don't have to add anything. The ECM, the electronic control module on the motor, will do that. If you open it up with a computer, you can set the maximum speed. In any gear, you can set anything you want to set on that truck's computer, and that truck will not exceed whatever you put into it per the limits. So they don't need any extra box or extra legislation or anything. All they have to do is, from the factory, program the truck to do 62, and every new truck that gets sold will then only do 62 unless they have somebody open the computer up and reprogram it. And if that's not doable unless it's a factory setting, place that can get into the factory settings, then that solves the problem. But trucks move slow enough as it is. They're in people's way too much as it is. People think their truck drivers, I guess, are just out there enjoying themselves with the scenery or something. It's amazing. In my truck, for the last 20 years, I had big hood trucks so that you could actually stand in front of my truck and I couldn't see you. I'd have cars, especially in the Chicago area, go from the left lane to the exit ramp at about a 30-degree angle across the interstate and literally disappear out of view under the front of my truck because they just had to get that exit right now. They couldn't slow down and work their way through traffic and, get the next exit and come back. They had to get that one right now.
Yeah, that happens everywhere, mate.
Stuff like that. Just people are uneducated when it comes to the space and things that a truck needs to do what it does. And they think it can stop in the same distance they can. They think it won't hurt if they get run over. I don't know, but it's scary.
It is. I always liken it, and people ask me about that all the time, and I liken it to a 10-pin bowling ball and a can of Coke. You drop you drop that ball on a Coke, that's your car.
That's pretty much it. And as far as the driver saying that he fell asleep doesn't really mean anything, because he could have had a great night's sleep and just had too big a breakfast and it made him drowsy,
Yeah, I think it is. He was only on the road about an hour.
Doesn't matter.
Where he departed from.
Doesn't matter.
No.
I've had times where I've started out, Ron, driving, and in 20 minutes I'm going, man, what the hell's the matter with me? I should be awake here.
There's some days you can, some days you can't, mate. It's
that's just it. Maybe he was just having one of those days.
But not only that, if his truck was turned off for 10 hours or whatever, it doesn't mean he's resting for those 10 hours. It will depend on what he might have been with his family, whatever.
And see, that's just it. Once you punch sleeper berth or off duty on that electronic recording device, you could be in the casino for 10 hours and then come back out and get in your truck and take off driving. It doesn't know that you just spent 10 hours in the casino gambling and drinking, and, get back in your vehicle and go down the road. It just knows you were parked for 10 hours.
Hey, let me interrupt for a second. Hey, I want to say hello to Lon Denard, Nancy,
Morning, Lon.
Spirit of Durango and Silverton, Colorado Railroad, and Copper State Aerial Photography, and 3X Drones. Welcome to the chat. Hope you enjoy the show.
I'm going to back out, guys. I've had enough. I've got to work tomorrow. I've got to drive a truck. So I've got to get my rest.
There you
go. So yeah, been awesome, and I'll catch you again in the next week or so, I guess.
A little truck or a train?
No, not a train. It's just a single trailer.
Okay.
Tomorrow. Most of the trucks over here, though, have you seen the B doubles? They got the 12 pallet trailer, and then the 22 pallet trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but just a single trailer tomorrow. But that's
nice to see you, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt, it was good to see you, buddy. And
have a safe day tomorrow.
Yeah,
really good to see you.
Matt, thanks again for that. Send me that, whatever you were gonna send to me, or you were telling me about when I first came on.
No worries. No worries.
Hey,
Now,
Matt.
yes, mate. Yeah, thank you.
Good night, Matt.
That was better.
See ya.
Well, those guys over there are real truck drivers. They drive those trains out through the backcountry and don't see human beings for days. They change their own tires and they dig themselves out of the muddy ruts. Now that ain't trucking to me.
That's not trucking when you have to do that shit. Let me tell you.
Trucking for me is sitting in the big captain's chair with arms on it, and just kind of guiding it nowadays. And then when you get done, you go back in the back where the sleeper's 13 feet long and you got a double bed and a dinette booth and satellite TV and a refrigerator and a stove, and you throw a steak on the grill and enjoy yourself. That's what trucking is today.
I had
A little bit, huh?
my Canadian truck was you probably seen them, the Freightliner Classic.
Yeah.
That was a 13 speed. That one had the stick still, so it wasn't an auto. So I like the stick. I know it's just like driving. It's like riding a motorbike or driving a car. It's two different things. And when you're riding a motorbike, you can feel every gear. And it's the same with the truck, where you can feel the stick clicking into gear and getting the right RPMs to slide in. And it's just an art to do it. It's fantastic. They just these days you put it into drive and sit back. No wonder people go to sleep.
That's about it. You got nothing to do. It gets boring.
It does.
Matt, one thing I learned on your live stream last night is a whole new respect for Peter Carroll. Never upset him because he will cut you.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still giggling about that one.
You got the totally wrong idea there, Ron.
But Ron, you got to remember this too. Matt must be a real badass also, because if Peter got close enough to cut him, that means that Matt was tough enough to take it and give Peter a black eye in the meantime.
That's true.
Yeah.
So Matt ain't nobody to mess with either, because you can cut him and he'll still get you.
Yeah, but Peter fights dirty.
That's right.
He fights to win.
He'd bring a knife to a fist fight.
Yeah.
And I've been high-hatted again by the looks. See that? I'm high-hatting him now.
I missed all that conversation. I was doing something else. What was up with all that anyway?
Oh, he was just talking. Chris Hope described to Matt what hi-hatting was. It's something that we'd never heard, but we've been practicing it all.
Yeah,
So,
You totally ignore something.
just when somebody's not interested in what you have to say, I guess.
Yeah. I love that. Anyway, gonna roll. Thanks very much, guys.
See you, Matt.
Chat.
Great
See
to
you.
see you,
Good one,
Matt.
Matt.
Bye.
see you.
Take care.
Have a good night, Matt.
I appreciated him coming in. I know he must have been tired.
He must have been, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty late at night for him. About almost midnight or so, depending on where he's at. What time is it for him?
Yeah, same as me. It's almost 11 p.m. here.
Oh, okay.
So
I knew it was getting close to the midnight hour. So, God, I can't believe none of you guys went and watched that video yet. I didn't put music to it or anything.
We'll have to watch that.
Let me see here.
Well, there's no music. You could share it then, Rodney.
And yep, Dennis, just so you know, when I played the famous song last week on my show, I got not one, but 7 copyright claims.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yep. I got 7 copyright claims.
Well, wow. I am so sorry.
So the audio has been removed, or it's being removed or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the music. There's
Where was it
separate,
from?
seven different entities on the. Doesn't matter where it was from. I played it on my channel. I don't have the music, so I get the claim. People that are unmonetized can play music all they want and do anything they want, because a copyright claim means nothing to them because they're not going to share any of the revenue. When a monetized channel gets a copyright claim, if it becomes a violation, they get your money from your monetization. Uh-oh. You got to hit the play button.
I was just waiting for you to stop talking.
Well, they just say shut up.
I'm not that rude. Shut up, Mel.
Thank you.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Wow, that is spectacular.
That is not time lapse.
You said there's no sound?
And no music.
Well, that is awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So you cut out the moments when there was no lightning, I guess, Mel.
Yes.
Wow. That was hard work. Guaranteed.
Yeah, because you got to watch every video clip, and then when you see something that you think might have been a flash, you got to back up and go frame by frame to look at it.
Right. Yeah.
That is just cool.
Wow.
That's one of the things I like most about thunderstorms at night is the lightning patterns.
What frame rate did you film that in, Mel?
I put that in the notes. The first half was 1080 120 at 3200 ISO. The second half is 2.7K 60, I think, at 400 ISO.
So what camera did you use to shoot 1080 120?
Osmo Action.
I'll tell you, that's a good little camera. I love mine.
Yep.
You know,
my first and most favorite photograph that I have of lightning, I did about 35 years ago, was right after I first started trucking. And it was actually just a little bit east of Little Rock, Arkansas. I was going east into a thunderstorm, and the lightning was spectacular. I pulled up on an exit ramp, crossed the road, went onto the on-ramp, and I hadn't hit the rain yet. So I got my Minolta XD11, put it on a tripod with a medium lens, and I aimed the camera at a motel that was 1,000 yards away and the sky, because that's the direction the lightning was coming. Shot it all in manual, set my settings, and then used a plunger to activate the shutter so that I wouldn't get camera shake holding the shutter on the tripod, holding the camera. So I have one image of that entire roll of film where the sky is full of lightning all the way across the top of the motel and everything, and the motel, porch lights, all that stuff is all perfectly exposed for a night shot.
Nice.
For a night shot. So yeah, I got one photograph out of that
I'm anxious
turned out.
we start getting more lightning storms out here. Now that I have that Sony, I can shoot at 960 frames a second. I'm kind of curious to see how that'll turn out.
So where are you, Andrew?
It'll be pretty easy. And I had to slow that down, of course, to make it appealing to the eye on the video, because lightning's a blink and then it's gone, you know?
Yeah.
So in order to see all of the traces and trails and everything, you have to play with the playback speed. But
Have you guys ever, one of the things that was new to me when I got the camera, when you're shooting in slow motion, it has a thing, it's called start trigger, end trigger, and I forget what the other one is, but I think it's end trigger. If you set it to that, like you frame your shot up and everything, and the camera is in like a buffer, and as soon as the action happens, say the lightning strike happens, then I can hit the shutter button, and what the camera will actually do is record 2 seconds before you actually hit that button. So in other words, you won't miss that shot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I had to learn that start trigger, end trigger thing. Yeah.
I've never used that, but the way I did it was with the plunger, I just held the shutter open and
sorry, didn't mean to talk.
counted with the film camera. With the film camera, I just hold the shutter open for 20, 30 seconds because I had the camera shut way down and it was dark. So there was no light exposing the film. And then when I'd get a lightning flash, I'd let go of the camera, the plunger, and then advance the film and do it again. If I got no flash at all after my 30-second exposure, then I just go to another frame of film and start over. But that took, if you imagine doing a 36 exposure roll and in between cranking the frames over and holding the shutter for anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds, that doesn't take very long. You go through a 36 exposure roll pretty quick.
And it got expensive. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember practicing with film. Yeah.
I did. I went to the Wild Animal Park in San Diego once when I lived out there and set my tripod up. I wanted photographs of the male lion in his enclosure. And this was soon after I learned how to do zone focusing and make things in the foreground vanish like chain link fences, just make them disappear in your image. And I could see the lion. If I pushed out on the fence, he was laying down next to the building. And then it rained and I had my camera all set up. I had, you're going to laugh, Ron. I had a 2000 millimeter physical 2000 millimeter lens with a doubler on it.
Wow.
So the lens was 1.5 feet, 2 foot long. Anyway, he finally came out into the clearing once the rain quit and laid in some clover and started washing his face just like a regular house cat does.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time I was shooting with the Minolta XD11 and I had a motor drive on it that I could blow a 36 exposure roll of film in 14 seconds. I shot almost 1,000 images in 10 minutes of that lion, just as fast as I could rattle them off.
Yeah.
Out of all those images, every one of them were focused and everything was right. The settings were good. The fence was gone. You couldn't see it in the picture. So it looked like I was out in the wild photographing a lion. And I had one picture where I caught him exactly with his paws over his eyes like that, like he was hiding from the camera. And I actually entered that photograph in the photography fair at Del Mar Fair one time.
Wow.
And got a ribbon for it. But
friend named John Lynch, who's a photographer, and he photographs animals like you do, Ron. And he was at the Atlanta Zoo taking photographs of a tiger, I think it was. And he spent the whole day with that tiger. Snap, and then he got the last picture he took, the tiger had just begun a snap. He got it perfect. That won him a bunch of awards for that.
Really? I'm really hoping to get Jim some good wildlife shots this summer when he comes out. I'm going to be cool. Taking him into grizzly country.
Yeah, and that's up there. You don't have to. When I was getting my wildlife stuff, I had to go to the Wild Animal Park to do it.
Right.
I had one picture that. You live in the Wild Animal Park.
Yeah.
I had one photograph that I sold to a professor at UCLA for $500. I was shooting a female lion. She was 100 yards away and started walking toward us. And I was using a multi-zoom lens. I think it was a 70 to 300 or 70 to 210. I don't remember. But I was depth of field zone focused, right? So the fence is going to be gone. And I'm shooting through the fence and I'm hand holding the camera and I'm shooting. and I'm zoomed in on her to where she's filling the frame and she's walking toward us. And I got the drool coming out of her mouth and everything. And as she looked like she was stalking us at the fence, you know. And he says, "Did you get any photos of that? That was amazing the way she walked up here." I said, "Yeah, I think I did." He said, "When you get, here's my card. Let me know." So, yeah, he bought one photo for $500
Wow.
of her.
Oh, nice.
Full frame, you know, framed well, a little bit of foreground, a little bit of background, but yet her eyes were focused right, like she was looking right at the camera, like the click of the sound or something is what she was looking at. And that's what she was walking towards. And the drool dripping out of her mouth. And it was just an amazing photograph.
Yeah.
And I sold it to him with exclusive use and gave him the rights to it and everything. So I never printed another copy of it, but yeah, one photo turned out like that.
Wow.
And that's the thing with film. When you're shooting with a film camera, it takes 50 shots to get one.
It does. Well, guys, I'm going to have to back out. I got to head on into camp.
The scary thing, Ron, about falling asleep in a truck nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
in my truck, in the Flying Eagle Hilton, for example, I'd get up to speed and set the cruise control.
You know, I don't know what
There's
the guy
nothing,
did.
nothing going to stop that truck if it's running 65, 70 mile an hour on cruise control. It's designed to lug down and pull like you go up a hill or whatever, and it'll just downshift and keep going because it's all automatic. It's all computerized. Imagine running off the road. It's going to downshift and try to keep going until it just absolutely buries itself in the mud or hits something or whatever.
It was hard for me to concentrate yesterday because it triggered a little bit of trauma for me. I was in a real serious accident about a year and 3 months ago, and it involved a tractor trailer where I came, I don't know, 6 inches. I hit black ice. I was in my Ford F-150.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was in that accident. And I just, to this day, I remember as I was spinning and I looked out of the corner of my eye out the window, and his lug nuts were, I don't know, a foot from me. I could see those lug nuts of his truck. And it was right at that moment when I had this weird, I don't know whether you call it weird or not, but I said, I'm done. I knew I hit this truck. There's no way I'll survive that. And obviously the big guy upstairs said, no, not today. And that's when I spun off and hit that guardrail. But that just triggered, because I was so close, dust and stuff was still settling when I pulled up yesterday.
Oh, wow.
And the fog was so thick that, you know, I was slowed down to about 40 mile an hour, and it's 65 on that highway. But the way the truck was laying, I saw the underneath of it. So it was all black.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost didn't see it. And, you know, and I stopped and like, oh my gosh. And then I looked over and I saw the placard on his truck. And that's when I instantly threw it in reverse. And I keep a pair of binoculars in the truck. And so I backed off what I felt was a safe distance, checked out that placard to see what I was dealing with first.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, I'm in the business to help people and save people, but I look out for number one first. And
you have to. You have to. If you don't stay on your feet, you can't get anybody else on their feet.
Yeah. But that whole thing, it took me 3 or 4 hours to calm down yesterday. I was just nervous and not focusing, and I just triggered that whole accident of mine.
So you did. You know? So you didn't actually see the rollover?
No.
That's a spectacular sight. I'll tell you what. To actually see one go over.
Yeah. You know, it like I said, if I sat and thought about this, my drive is 3.5 hours to get to work. And usually about the 2 hour mark, there's a point where I get out of the truck. I get out, I stretch, you know, and get livened back up. And thank God I did that. You know, at the point where I did, I picked different points along the way. But yeah, I'm glad it was about a minute I was out of the truck, and I got right back in, kept on going. And about another 4 or 5 minutes down the road is where I came upon that.
Yeah.
So I question, had I not taken that little minute break, would I have been in the middle of that? I don't know.
Nah, you'd have probably been ahead of it. It would have been behind you, and you'd have never seen it and never been there to help the guy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just, it just made me think, but yeah, because you get a truck that size, you don't realize it sometimes. I think until you see one of them laying on its side and you're walking up alongside of it, you're just like looking up like, oh my God, this thing's huge. Yeah,
Yep.
he was just trying to crawl out and he was just pouring blood out of his arm. I think he had the window down, and I think when it tipped over and slid, that his arm was out the window. And it was right down to the bone. Yeah.
Probably.
Mm.
And see, when you fall over, your natural instinct is try to catch yourself.
Stick your arm out. Yeah.
They tell you, and we always remind each other, if you roll, give yourself a hug.
Yeah.
Keep your hands inside, because if you don't want to lose them, anyway. Yeah.
Well, guys, I better get going.
Hey, Ron, another quick question. Do you carry
Rodney, thank you for having me on. And what's that?
Do you carry a first aid kit with you?
I do. I have to legally when I guide for hunting, and I just keep it in the truck.
Okay.
It's very basic, because unless I am physically on duty on the clock here, I can't perform no more than a first responder or an EMT. I can't perform at my paramedic level.
Gotcha.
Like, I'm not allowed to administer drugs or anything like that, start IVs. I'm not allowed to do any of that when I'm out on my own. So yeah, it's just bandages and ice packs and splints and stuff like that. But actually, it's the first time I ever used it. Never used it before. Had it in the truck for 2 years.
Well, good thing you had it. I mean,
Yep. And knew how to use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good day and a safe one.
All right, guys. Good to see everybody.
Bye, Ron.
Bye,
Take
Ron.
care, Ron. I do the same thing, Mars, when I fall off my office chair.
He says it's
All
an
right.
office chair.
All right, guys. Take care.
See you, Ron.
Bye-bye.
Man, he texted me yesterday while I was at work, and he telling me about that and sent me a picture, man. I mean, that had to have been scary.
I've had my close calls. I've had times where I've driven 100 miles and then became aware that 100 miles went by and thought, well, where the hell was I for that 100 miles?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know exactly
It just becomes mundane, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right.
I think Mel froze.
That's what he gets for calling it mundane. There he is.
Wow, what was that about?
I don't know.
Wow.
You said
Be careful what
mundane.
word you
Man,
choose next time, Mel.
you two must have hated that.
Wow. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Can't
let me
imagine
acknowledge a couple of people. 3X Drones, welcome to the chat. I know I said hi to you about 5 minutes ago. Andrew Altschwager. Who else was in here?
Copper State.
Oh, Copper State Aerial Photography. Yep. Welcome
Hello,
to
everyone.
guys.
That's funny, Andrew. Well, it wasn't my internet. That had to be something with StreamYards.
Could have been.
I mean, I'm running 380 megabits a second upload right now.
Wow.
351 down. So, yeah.
Good morning, Russell Glaren.
Oh, guys, I might take the opportunity to buy too. I think it's getting close to bedtime. So,
All right, Peter. Well, thanks for being in the chat.
Peter.
I appreciate it.
Have a nice night, Peter. Sweet dreams, and thanks for all the stories you've told.
Yes.
You've been entertaining.
You
Anytime.
have it that. And next time, Peter, try not to be so talkative, okay?
Yeah. Save
Okay.
room for some of the other people.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but how many times have we told him that?
I know. But, Dennis, it doesn't hurt to remind him. He is
Yeah.
old and needs to be reminded of things.
You want to
I'm
exercise
about
his
to pot calling
know
the
how
kettle black here. What the hell?
I should have known Mel would have caught on that one.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I'm controversial and rude and everything. Rodney,
I know.
I'm surprised you
Really?
guys even associate with me.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
Oh, hush, Peter.
Could have fooled me, Mel.
Yeah, Mel.
Now you want me to be quiet now, so make it you want me.
You've just been high-hatted.
I had the lot of you now, so I'm going. So goodbye.
All right, Peter.
Bye, Dennis. Bye, Mel.
See you, Peter. Bye-bye.
Everyone in chat. We'll catch you next week, hopefully.
All righty. See you later.
And-
See you then. Bye-bye.
And Rodney, I got a problem here. I can't pour nothing out. That means I got to go put something in.
Well, you know what?
So,
I've got that same problem.
yeah.
So I think I'm gonna go ahead and call this though.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's been fun.
It has.
It's been almost 2 hours.
And thanks for letting me come in.
Well, you're welcome, Mel. You're welcome to come in. I'll never turn you away.
I've been told that I couldn't come on people's live streams because I'm too controversial.
Well,
So,
I
I figured, accuse me, I may as well just be, right?
Well, yeah, for a lot of years I looked at things that way. If you're going to accuse me of something, I'm going to do it. Because
The
if
truth,
I'm accused of it,
you
whether
can't
I do it-
handle the truth. Yeah, right? Anyway, thank you for having me, sir. Dennis,
You're welcome, Mel.
have a great day.
Next time.
Thanks, you too,
Awesome
Mel.
video, dude. Awesome video.
Thank you. I
Yes.
hope that really gets a lot of views.
Well, I put the link in the chat, and I may just go ahead and do that again.
And I appreciate it.
And
I will.
chat. That's to Mel's channel. At least
I will give you a like and a comment.
Well, I'm going to give you a thumbs down, but hey,
Okay. Well, give me,
you're a controversial guy.
yeah.
There is
I
that.
appreciate that.
Hate thunderstorms. Hate them. Hate them.
We'll see you guys later.
All right, Mel. Have a good one.
Bye.
Well, that was a pretty good show, I thought.
That was a great show. Excellent.
And you didn't forget this time. I'm
I
proud of
didn't.
you, man.
Isn't that amazing?
Of course, I had to remind you about 4 times.
Well, yeah, it was the 4th time that did the trick, so it's okay.
Oh, well, good. All right, brother.
You take
Take
care.
care,
Thanks
man.
so much for having me on. I really
You're
enjoyed
welcome,
it.
and you be safe
Amazing.
driving around in Atlanta today. I've driven through Atlanta, and I don't know that I ever want to drive there again. But
I'll drive around it. And besides, it's not been too bad on the weekends lately. So,
well, I guess that's true. So,
yeah.
all right, brother.
You take care.
All right, you too, bro. Bye.
Thanks, everyone in the chat. Steve Miller, I didn't see you before. Welcome. Anybody we missed? Hey, sorry. Paying attention to what's happening over here.
Rick says Jody is home. Is that like drone shots, Jody?
I don't know. I didn't know Jody wasn't home.
I didn't know either. All right. Well, everybody in the chat, hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for being in the chats.
Oh, Judy's home.
Oh, Judy.
Judy.
Oh, okay. I see it. Lloyd's wife. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good that she's home. Hope she's doing well.
It is. I hope so too. All right. See you all. Thanks for letting us know, Rick.
Yes. Thanks, Rick. All right, guys.
Rick plug. Thanks again for this. I really appreciate it. I so much fun. So
Man,
much fun.
I tell you that when I saw that video you put up there, I'm like, man, that guy is such a good-hearted guy.
He is, and then he tries to pass the credit on to us. So
Yeah, I know.
I know, but anyway,
Look
thanks so
here,
much.
he sent me about 3 drones. He sent me a drone and a controller to give away for when I get to 1,000. The man's awesome. And
He
Rick,
is.
you just got to listen to it, brother. Because
That's it.
I
Take
think
it.
you are
Take
awesome.
it like a man.
All right, Dennis.
See ya. Thanks
Later.
so much.
Everybody in chat, again, have a good weekend. Appreciate you being in the chat. And we'll see you next week. Y'all take care. Have a good day. Remember, this weekend is Memorial Weekend. On Memorial Day, remember those that gave their all for our country. And and for your countries, if you're like from Australia or Britain or Ireland or anything, because we get a lot of foreign people in here. And we appreciate our allies too. So
Absolutely.
all right, Ray Kelly, good morning. Sorry you catching us at the end, buddy, but
Hey, Ray.
he just woke up.
That's okay.
That's okay. That's all fine, Ray. All right, everybody, take care, man. Love y'all.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye-bye now.